The obsidian table of the Galactic Federation Council, a monolithic slab of polished darkness, reflected the anxious faces gathered around it like a fractured mirror, each reflection subtly distorted by the weight of unspoken dread and the chilling premonition of impending doom. The immense chamber itself, a breathtaking testament to centuries of carefully cultivated intergalactic diplomacy and painstakingly negotiated treaties, pulsed with 1,000 different lights and 1,000,000 subtle scents, each a whisper of a unique alien culture, each a testament to the galaxy's boundless diversity and the intricate tapestry of life that had woven itself across the cosmos for eons. Towering insectoids with chitinous carapaces that shimmered with an oily iridescence, their multifaceted eyes reflecting the soft, ethereal glow of the central hollow display. Sleek, serpentine beings whose scales shifted and changed color with every subtle movement, their sinuous bodies exuding an aura of both elegance and lethal grace. Diminutive, furry creatures huddled together for warmth, their large, expressive eyes mirroring the collective unease. Towering, crystalline beings whose forms refracted light in dazzling displays of color, and countless other delegates, each representing a unique species, a unique culture, a unique perspective on the universe. All were present, their varied physiognomies a vibrant tapestry woven from the very fabric of the cosmos itself. But beneath the veneer of interspecies camaraderie, so meticulously constructed and carefully maintained over centuries of diplomatic maneuvering and carefully negotiated treaties, a palpable current of fear pulsed, a silent tremor running through the assembled delegates, a premonition of impending doom that hung heavy in the air like a shroud woven from starlight and despair. This wasn't merely a meeting of equals. It was a gathering of the condemned, a desperate council of civilizations facing annihilation, their arrogance and complacency shattered by the sudden, terrifying emergence of an unimaginable cosmic horror, a horror that would test their resilience, their courage, and their very capacity for survival to its absolute limit. The Galactic Federation, in its smug self-satisfaction, its ingrained xenophobia, its profound misunderstanding of the complexities of the cosmos, and its disastrous underestimation of the human spirit and its latent potential, had consistently and catastrophically underestimated humanity. Earth, with its seemingly peaceful demeanor, its focus on scientific advancement and philosophical discourse often perceived as naive idealism by the more militaristic races, had been relegated to the periphery of galactic affairs, dismissed as a minor player, a quaint backwater civilization of little consequence, a naive and idealistic race with little true understanding of the brutal realities of interstellar politics. This catastrophic misjudgment, this profound misunderstanding of humanity's true potential, a potential that lay dormant, concealed, until this moment of direst need, would soon have consequences so profound, so devastating, so utterly transformative, that they would irrevocably alter the course of galactic civilization, rewriting the very fabric of interstellar relations, plunging the galaxy into an unprecedented era of chaos and uncertainty, and forcing every sentient species to confront the terrifying reality of their own vulnerability, their own profound insignificance in the face of an unimaginable, unstoppable cosmic horror, a horror that would test their resilience, their courage, and their very capacity for survival to its absolute limit. The very foundations of galactic society were about to be irrevocably shattered. The crisis, when it finally arrived, did not manifest as a conventional war, a conflict fought with fleets and armies, with weaponry and strategy, with the predictable deployment of forces and the calculated execution of plans. It arrived as a cosmic horror, a silent, insidious emergence of the KRYL, an extra-dimensional swarm of pure, malevolent energy that defied all known scientific principles, that transcended all known forms of warfare, that existed outside the normal parameters of space and time, their very presence a violation of the established order of the universe, a fundamental disruption of the delicate balance that had governed the cosmos for eons. The KRYL were not merely an enemy. They were a cosmic plague, a fundamental threat to the very existence of life itself. These entities, utterly devoid of any discernible physical form, existed only as a disruption in spacetime, a malevolent distortion of reality itself, their presence felt as a chilling disruption in the fundamental fabric of existence, their approach heralded only by the chilling absence of starlight, the encroaching darkness a tangible manifestation of their terrifying power, a palpable reminder of their imminent and inevitable arrival, a harbinger of utter annihilation that sent shivers of fear down the spines of even the most hardened warriors, even the most battle-hardened veterans of countless interstellar conflicts. Their advance was not a conquest. It was a consumption, a relentless devouring of everything in their path. They consumed stars with terrifying efficiency, their insatiable hunger a terrifying demonstration of their power, leaving behind only expanding voids of absolute annihilation, echoing silences where once vibrant stellar systems had thrived, cosmic graveyards where once life had flourished in unimaginable abundance. Entire star systems vanished, their planets reduced to incandescent dust, their civilizations obliterated without a trace, their inhabitants immolated in the unimaginable inferno of stellar death, their cultures and histories erased from the cosmic tapestry, their very existence reduced to nothing more than a faint whisper in the wind of time. The sheer scale of the destruction was breathtaking in its scope, its horror almost beyond comprehension, its implications terrifying in their totality, its consequences stretching out into a future shrouded in uncertainty and despair. The KRWL's advance was relentless, a terrifying wave of cosmic horror that crashed over the galaxy, shattering the fragile peace that had been painstakingly maintained for millennia, a peace that now seemed naive and utterly futile in the face of this unimaginable threat. It wasn't a war. It was an extinction-level event, a cosmic plague that threatened to consume all life, leaving behind only a chilling, ever-expanding void of absolute nothingness. The very fabric of reality itself seemed to shudder under their silent, unstoppable advance, their approach heralded only by the chilling absence of starlight, the encroaching darkness a tangible manifestation of their terrifying power, a palpable reminder of their imminent and inevitable arrival, a harbinger of utter annihilation that sent shivers of fear down the spines of even the most hardened warriors, even the most battle-hardened veterans of countless interstellar conflicts. The KRYLL were not merely an enemy. They were a cosmic plague, a fundamental threat to the very existence of life itself, a force that challenged the very fabric of reality. On the bridge of the Cthar flagship, the Razor's Kiss, a vessel that had once been a symbol of Cthar military might, a testament to their centuries of interstellar dominance, a floating fortress that had once instilled fear and awe across the galaxy, Admiral Norks, a seasoned warrior whose name whispered tales of ruthless efficiency and unwavering loyalty across the galaxy, felt the cold tendrils of fear grip his ancient, reptilian heart, a feeling utterly alien to a being who had spent centuries facing down countless enemies and emerging victorious, a feeling that was both terrifying and profoundly unsettling. He had faced down countless foes, led countless battles across the vast expanse of the cosmos, emerged victorious time and again, his name becoming synonymous with unwavering courage and ruthless efficiency. Yet this was different. This was beyond anything he had ever experienced or ever imagined possible. The sheer scale of the KRWL's power was almost incomprehensible. It defied all known methods of warfare, all known strategies, all known tactics. He watched in horrified disbelief, a chilling mixture of awe and terror washing over him, as his once invincible armada, the pride of the Cthar military, a force that had once instilled fear and awe across the galaxy, was systematically dismantled and destroyed by the KRYL swarm, their advanced weaponry proving utterly useless against this terrifying, almost supernatural foe. The Cthar, masters of interstellar warfare, renowned for their sophisticated bioengineered weaponry, their centuries of interstellar warfare experience, their unwavering courage and their unshakable loyalty, were reduced to helpless prey, their sophisticated tactics rendered meaningless in the face of the KRYL's terrifying power, their valiant efforts reduced to nothing more than a futile gesture of defiance against an unimaginable cosmic horror. KRYL energy blasts, unlike anything previously encountered, unlike any weapon imaginable, sliced through their shields with terrifying ease, vaporizing cruisers and battleships with horrifying speed, their destructive power leaving behind only scattered debris and the chilling silence of annihilation. The deafening roar of exploding vessels, the chilling screams of dying Cthar warriors echoing across the comms network. It was a horrifying symphony of destruction, a gruesome testament to the HFY's terrifying power, a testament to the utter futility of resistance. Norks, a warrior who had faced countless enemies and emerged victorious, now felt the crushing weight of utter helplessness. He was facing an enemy that defied all known strategies, an enemy against which his most cunning tactics and his most potent weaponry proved utterly useless, an enemy that threatened to erase his people, his culture, his very existence from the annals of galactic history, an enemy that seemed to exist outside the normal parameters of reality itself, an enemy that defied all understanding, all logic, all hope. The weight of his people's fate, the potential for their complete and utter annihilation, pressed down upon him with crushing force, a weight that was both physically and emotionally overwhelming, a weight that threatened to crush his spirit. The seemingly invincible Kthar armada was being systematically eradicated, their sophisticated weaponry rendered useless against the HFY's unimaginable power. His flagship, the Razor's Kiss, a vessel that had once been a symbol of Kthar military might, a testament to their centuries of interstellar dominance, a floating fortress that had once instilled fear and awe across the galaxy, groaned under the relentless assault, the sophisticated technology that had once been its pride now failing under the strain of the HFY's unimaginable power. The bridge, usually a bastion of order and control, a place of calculated strategy and unwavering resolve, was now a maelstrom of chaotic destruction. Sparks flew from overloaded consoles, showering the bridge in an eerie, flickering light. Alarms blared incessantly, a maddening cacophony that tore through the screams of the dying, a desperate, hopeless chorus that echoed the profound despair that filled Norks's heart, a despair that threatened to consume him entirely. The ship shuddered, its hull buckling under the sheer force of the HFY's attacks, the immense power of the energy blasts threatening to rip the vessel apart, to reduce it to atoms in the blink of an eye. Crew members were flung across the deck like ragdolls, their bodies crushed or immolated in the intense heat of the HFY's attacks, their screams cut short by the overwhelming force of the HFY's attack, their deaths a grim testament to the HFY's terrifying power, a grim reminder of the utter futility of resistance, a grim premonition of his own impending demise. The air was thick with the stench of burning flesh, melting metal, and the coppery tang of blood, a nauseating miasma that filled Norks's senses, a grim reminder of the devastating cost of this war, a grim reminder of the futility of resistance, a grim premonition of his own impending demise, a grim testament to the overwhelming power of their enemy. Norks, clinging desperately to his command chair, felt the cold grip of fear for the first time in his long and brutal career, a fear that was both terrifying and strangely exhilarating, a fear that fueled his desperate attempts to maintain control, to cling to the last vestiges of hope, to hold on to the belief that somehow, someway, they would survive this unimaginable horror. His desperate pleas for aid were answered only by static, the deafening silence a damning indictment of the Federation's cowardly abandonment of its allies. The Federation, in its arrogant complacency and its short-sighted self-interest, had left the Kthar to face this cosmic horror alone, their pleas for help ignored, their desperate pleas for aid met only with the deafening silence of betrayal. A profound sense of betrayal and disillusionment washed over Norks, a betrayal that ran deeper than any physical wound, a betrayal that would forever scar his soul. The weight of his people's fate, the potential for their complete and utter annihilation, pressed down upon him with crushing force, a weight that was both physically and emotionally overwhelming, a weight that threatened to crush his spirit. The seemingly invincible Kthar armada was being systematically eradicated, their sophisticated weaponry rendered useless against the HFY's unimaginable power, their centuries of military dominance shattered in a matter of moments. The reality of their situation was bleak, terrifying, and seemingly hopeless. Then, cutting through the cacophony of destruction and despair, a voice, calm and utterly unflappable, a beacon of unexpected hope in a sea of utter despair, sliced through the crackling static. Admiral Norks, this is Captain Alara Vance, Terran Research Vessel Odyssey. We're inbound. TA 1 minute. Prepare for unconventional assistance. Norks stared at the comms panel, his mandibles clicking in disbelief, his ancient heart pounding with a mixture of hope and disbelief. The Terrans, a relatively young race barely admitted to the Federation, were coming to their aid? The Terrans, whose technology, while undeniably advanced, had always seemed unconventional, almost unorthodox in its approach, a technology that often defied explanation and challenged established scientific principles. The Terrans, often dismissed as idealistic pacifists, whose focus on diplomacy and scientific collaboration had been viewed by many as a fundamental weakness, were about to unleash something profoundly unexpected, something that would redefine the very nature of interstellar warfare, something that would challenge everything Norks believed he knew about power and conflict. A spark of cautious hope ignited within his weary soul, a fragile ember in the face of overwhelming darkness. Could this be their salvation? Could this be the end of their seemingly hopeless struggle? Could this be the turning point in the battle for survival? The possibility, however remote, filled him with a desperate, almost frantic hope, a hope that battled against the overwhelming despair that threatened to consume him. The arrival of the Terrans, however unexpected, offered a glimmer of hope in the face of utter annihilation. Against all logic, driven by a desperate hope against overwhelming odds, Norks ordered his remaining forces to form a defensive screen, a futile gesture against an overwhelming foe, a desperate attempt to buy the Terrans' precious time, a testament to his unwavering loyalty to his people and their unwavering determination to survive. It was a testament to their unwavering loyalty and ingrained discipline that his crew obeyed without question, even as death rained down upon them, even as their comrades were consumed by the KRWL's relentless assault. They knew this might be their final battle, their ultimate sacrifice, yet they stood firm, their resolve unbroken, their courage unwavering, their loyalty unyielding. The weight of their impending doom, the gravity of their situation, settled heavily upon Norks' ancient, reptilian shoulders, a weight that was both crushing and strangely invigorating, a weight that fueled their desperate resistance, their final stand against the encroaching darkness, their last, desperate act of defiance against the unimaginable horror that threatened to consume them. Their courage in the face of such overwhelming odds was a testament to the strength of the Cthar spirit, a testament to their enduring will to survive. The Odyssey, followed by 3 other Terran vessels, materialized from warp space, not the sleek, heavily armed warships Norks expected, but smaller, seemingly less formidable craft. Their design was unconventional, almost organic in its curves and lines, suggesting a subtle elegance that masked a terrifying, almost incomprehensible power. Their shields pulsed with a strange, unsettling energy, a power that felt both alien and deeply unsettling, a power that resonated with an almost supernatural energy, an energy that seemed to warp the very fabric of space-time. Norks, braced for a desperate last-stand engagement, expected an immediate barrage of weaponry, a hail of fire against impossible odds, a final, desperate stand against overwhelming power. Instead, the Terrans remained motionless, their ships poised like silent predators, their shields shimmering with an energy that seemed to warp the very fabric of space-time around them. The silence, broken only by the distant, horrifying screams of destruction and the relentless pulse of their shields, was heavy with an almost unbearable tension. The anticipation was palpable, the air thick with unspoken dread, the silence itself a tangible entity, a pregnant pause before the unleashing of unimaginable power, a moment of suspended reality before the intervention, a moment of almost unbearable suspense. The fate of the galaxy hung precariously in the balance, dependent upon the actions of these seemingly unassuming Terran vessels. Captain Vance's face, cool and composed, filled the view screen. Her expression was unreadable, her gaze unwavering, conveying a calm confidence that was both unsettling and profoundly reassuring. "Admiral," she said, her voice calm, utterly devoid of emotion, her words carrying the weight of centuries of knowledge and experience, the measured cadence of a scientist prepared to unleash a force beyond human comprehension, a force that transcended the known laws of physics and the established understanding of reality. "Initiate immediate evacuation. Project Chimera is commencing." Before Norks could respond, before he could even process the implications of her words, a wave of energy unlike anything he had ever witnessed, unlike anything imaginable, erupted from the Terran ships. It wasn't a weapon blast. It was a manipulation of reality itself, a subtle but profoundly devastating alteration of the very fabric of existence. Space itself seemed to distort, rippling and twisting like water disturbed by a colossal, unseen entity, a fundamental shift in the very nature of reality itself. The KRYLL swarm, caught completely off guard, their advance seemingly unstoppable until this moment, were simply gone. Not destroyed, not annihilated, not even defeated in the traditional sense, but unmade. As if they had never existed. The very notion was beyond comprehension. The reality itself had been rewritten by a power beyond understanding, a power that defied all known laws of physics, all established scientific principles, all previous human understanding, a power that suggested a mastery of the universe itself, a power that left Nork speechless, his mind reeling from the sheer scale of the event, the sheer incomprehensibility of what he had just witnessed. Silence. A profound, echoing silence filled the void where moments before, cosmic horror had reigned supreme. Then Vance's voice, now tinged with a hint of weary exhaustion, a testament to the immense power they had just unleashed, a power that transcended the known laws of physics and the established understanding of reality, cut through the stillness. That, Admiral, is the result of not underestimating humanity. We don't fight wars. We rewrite realities. The aftermath was one of stunned disbelief, a mixture of awe and terror that left Nork speechless, his mind reeling from the sheer scale of the event. The KRYLL, the seemingly invincible force that had threatened to extinguish all life in the galaxy, were gone, erased from existence by a power so profound, so utterly beyond comprehension, that it defied explanation, a power that challenged the very foundations of their understanding of the universe. Humanity, the seemingly peaceful diplomatic race, had revealed a terrifying, almost incomprehensible power, a mastery of reality itself that redefined the very nature of interstellar warfare, a power that had been hidden, concealed, until this moment of dire necessity, a power that had been underestimated, dismissed, ridiculed until now. The Galactic Federation, its self-assured arrogance shattered, was left to grapple with the implications of its colossal misjudgment, its profound underestimation of humanity's true potential, a potential that was now unleashed upon the galaxy, a potential that would irrevocably reshape the future of interstellar relations. The unspoken fear in the council chamber, once a subtle undercurrent, was now a palpable entity, a chilling reminder of humanity's true and utterly terrifying potential, a potential that had been unleashed upon the galaxy, a power that would forever change the course of galactic history. The universe had irrevocably changed. The old order was dead, and a new, unpredictable era, an era dominated by humanity's awesome power and its almost terrifying mastery of reality, had begun. The galaxy would never be the same. The implications were profound and far-reaching, extending far beyond the immediate crisis, reaching into a future shrouded in both awe and profound uncertainty, a future where the balance of power had irrevocably shifted, a future where humanity's true place in the cosmos was finally, and terrifyingly, revealed. The era of human restraint was over. A new era of galactic dominance had begun, an era defined by humanity's almost incomprehensible power, an era where the very fabric of reality was malleable, shaped and reshaped by the will of humanity. The implications were staggering, terrifying, and utterly beyond comprehension. The galaxy would never be the same. The consequences of underestimating humanity were now horrifyingly clear.